Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. So today, super quick shop tip, number 87-ish. As you know, the S10 is over in the body shop getting painted, and I bought a bunch of new stuff for it, one being the bumper, the front bumper. I didn't get a chrome bumper on purpose. I got a black bumper that we're going to paint the color of the truck. But the problem is the new bumper has a bunch of holes in it for the belt molding to go on it that we're not going to use. And we don't want to leave those holes there, so we want to weld them shut. Some of these holes are bigger than just a normal drilled hole, and it would be a little bit difficult to weld them shut without some kind of help. So today we're going to go over how you do that as easily as possible and as quickly as possible, and with as little dress-up work as possible. So follow along, check it out. Okay, so I've done a few practice runs on this bumper to make sure that I have the welder set up. So the one thing that you're going to need, this is for MIG welding holes shut in steel, holes that are bigger than you would normally weld up. And in this bumper there's slots, but you know where the belt molding went. So the quick and easy way to do it, and it's not pretty, it's not intended to be structurally sound or anything like that, but all you do is take a simple block of aluminum or a piece of aluminum like this, clamp it to the back side of the material, and weld on it like you were welding that aluminum to that steel bumper, even though it's not going to happen. So in this particular case, I just vice grip it down and I go to town. So I made a rhyme, check that out. Alright, I'm going to show you how I do it. Okay, as you can see, like I said, I already tested it out on a few spots. There's the aluminum, there's the vice grip. Hold the aluminum up underneath it. Clamp it in place right under the hole. You end up with something that looks like that. Like that. Trusty MIG welder in hand. Weld this dude shut. Okay, so we got that hole welded up. I'm here to tell you that thing is going to look like hammered dog ass in a bucket. But for what we want it to do, it's doing the job. So I'm going to bring it in for a close-up to show you what it looks like before I grind it. And as you can see, there is nothing pretty about it. The obvious reason why it doesn't look good is because you're using an aluminum backing plate to keep that weld from falling through and to expedite the process of welding the hole shut. The byproduct of that is that the weld does wick some of the aluminum oxide stuff up into the weld, and it doesn't mix with the steel very well, so it's going to look terrible. But again, for what we're doing, doesn't matter at all. So let's get it ground down and move on to the next step. Okay, as you can see, that looks just fine, you know, after I took a grinder to it. So just keep in mind that there are different ways to do it. You can even use different kind of backer metals, anything non-ferrous, aluminum, copper, bronze, brass, blah, blah, blah. It'll all work. The last step of this process, after you've already ground that mess off there and you're done welding on it and whatever, Just going to turn your part over. As you can see, the aluminum is stuck to it. You can take a hammer and just break it loose. And that's it. The back of the weld is going to look worse than the front, but again, for what we're doing here, it doesn't matter. The front of this thing is going to get body filled, smooth, and painted, so it's going to look fantastic when Dwayne gets done with it. The back side of it, if you should so desire, you can take a grinder to it and clean it up a little bit, even shoot it with some primer. But for thin steel, bigger holes than normal, this is probably the easiest and quickest way to do it. So the obvious part of this is, I know some of you old timers out there are watching this and going, man, I've been doing that for 42 years with a stick welder and in the snow outside of my barn on tractor equipment. We know that. This isn't for you. This is for the guys that had never done this kind of stuff before. So anyways, I think that's probably a good place to end the video. Super quick shop tip. Nothing to it. Easy as can be. That's it. Thanks, guys. I sure appreciate it. Thanks for stopping by, sitting through another one of my videos. And yeah. So be sure to follow along because the S10 updates are coming up soon. I got another video coming out on the race car right here. Probably this weekend. This coming weekend, I should say. So, well done. We'll see you in the next video. Thanks, guys.